80% of the mining in the world is sand mining, and that goes to mainly for concreting and for cement related work. So, but Earth is basically, if you can use Earth as such that it can be it can get back to Earth without much of a problem. That is the best possible practice. Instead of altering it using a lot of energy and making it very difficult for the nature to handle it, to return back to nature. We always think about nature, and we don't think about biodiversity, the kind of complex system that we are living with. We just see whatever we see is what we talk about. But there are a lot of microorganisms we're not aware of. Even and one of the main problems that I found with all this people who get involved with climate change and about talking about climate change, most of them have gone through the headlines of the issue, but they have not gone through the text of the whole thing. They have not gone deeper into it. So when you go deeper into it, we understand that every one of us is really important. We are basically another animal in this planet. We're not human beings. So only human beings wants their habitat to be so elaborate, so unfriendly to nature, and long lasting. Whereas the bird, all these other living organisms, they make a habitat just for them to live, maybe one generation more. That's it. So actually, we don't make sense to the nature at all. We make sense to ourselves. That's a problem. If you start any product, if you take any product, human beings or cement or any products that comes out of earth, like glass, everything is mined from earth. But we have to alter it. We actually alter the material. We spend huge amount of energy in terms of its process. That's called the embodied energy, the energy required to alter it. When you're making cement, you use fossil fuel to make cement and do a lot of emissions. And sand, when we mine from the 80% of the mining in the world is sand mining, and that goes to mainly for concreting and for cement related work. So, but Earth is basically, if you can use Earth as such that it can be it can get back to Earth without much of a problem. That is the best possible practice. Instead of altering it using a lot of energy and making it very difficult for the nature to handle it, to return back to nature. I actually mud, of course, I do wherever it's possible to go for a solution with mud. I certainly use it. Because you don't need to alter it. We can use it everywhere. So every designs that we do now, lately, that means not 10 years back. 10 years back we didn't go for that kind of attention for designs. But now, since last 10 years, when we do designs, even we have to, in a public facility, we need to provide a washroom which is accessible for disabled people. If you design it, when you start the design process is what is at the design stage. If you consider disability access, it becomes easier. It makes it simple. But to tweak a building, to modify a building to make it disabled friendly, it becomes difficult. But when you're designing it, when you make a new building, it's easier to make barrier-free access. Certainly, but I think we should all. It should be made mandatory all over the world to have barrier-free access. Then only it makes sense. Then only it makes it inclusive. Usually with the ramps and we give accessibility. Public buildings, you certainly have to have accessibility by using ramps, elevators, and so on. Every person can contribute. Nowadays, it is one word. I consider because of the information technology that we have. See, we are talking from a distant location.